is the one that will sign a check to give a music minister 5 million for 10 minutes ministration, whereas it's 120,000 salary you have not paid. And we are saying people are not loyal. Let's think again. Oh, so none of your music minister can sing. All the people you are bringing as celebrity music minister is somebody that raised them, that gave them platform. If you give your own platform, they will also blow. Are we saying don't invite music minister? No. Are we saying don't pay them? No. But let's balance this thing. Because many of the people you are bringing, you know they are not living right. You know. It's not that you are assuming, you know. Some of them are climbing your pulpit. 3 people are pregnant for them now. And they are still pregnant. And you give them microphone because they are popular, they will bring crowd. They bring the crowd, but the cloud of glory will not come.
Shout out to Pastor Olumide. You know, on the part 1 of my series, that's exactly what I was trying to establish. You know, a balanced conversation. You know, I asked so many questions. I said, you know, this is me, you know, paraphrasing now. I said, most of these ministries, most of these pastors that are complaining, they have billboards. I've seen them. They have billboards. They have their platform have a good number of following. They have very good number of following. They have big screens. They have LED screens. You know, they have they have all these things. And then you know, their minstrels don't enjoy these things. They don't get a lift from there. You don't promote them on your billboards. You don't post them on your page. And then you are angry that they go out to look for these platforms elsewhere. And when they get a platform and when they become popular, instead of you bringing money, you put your blackmail in the envelope and then you're trying to hand it over. Nobody would collect it. God is not a user. God is not a user. There's one thing my mother used to tell me is she would say, son, God does not owe anybody. You know, right now I travel all around the world to do projects. You know, it wasn't like this in the beginning. There was a time I complained and my mom would tell me, say, son, God does not owe anybody. God is not a user. And today I see what she's saying, you know, but these ministers, these preachers, some of them are making it feel like God is a user. Even when Jesus used the boat of Peter, you know, to preach the gospel by the seaside, he did not tell them to continue following them. Maybe after 10 years of ministry, you buy them a car or you give them a house. Sometimes that did not even come out from their mind. You know, immediately after the ministration, after his ministration, he rewarded them immediately. And that is God. And that is God for you. So we really need to balance this conversation. You have LED screens. You have your minstrels. When I go to these churches to do sound, to do production, I hear people sing. I'm like, wow. I'm like, what is this minister doing here? And most times I'll ask, is this a guest minister? You know, they will say no. And then you go to the church page, nothing like that person on the page, no project of the person, nothing for the next 1 or 2 years, nothing from the church, no support or whatsoever, no support, no form of grooming, no form of training. I've never met one of them and they say, church sent me to music school, and then most of these ministers, they are joining Pastor Chris. Do you know who Pastor Chris is? Do you know who he is? Do you know how many ministers? Pastor Chris has produced a lot of ministers, music ministers, including the number 1 gospel minister in Nigeria, if not in the world. I think she has made the billboard, which is Sinach. and then he's talking, you come out because you come out because you have cameras in your church. You come out to talk. No, I don't think there's anybody. You understand? I can't remember them all, but I know that Pastor Chris is number one. I can give it to Pastor Paul Adefarasi. I can give it to Pastor Paul Adefarasi too, you know. And then maybe if I remember more, I'll mention them in my videos. These are the two I can remember right now. And maybe Koza. Yes, Koza. Because I noticed that they have a music, something that looks like a music label. And I even saw one video that I know that video will cost nothing less than 20 million naira, for their music group. And they post it and they are pushing it out there. And you that have not done nothing, even small, even to encourage your ministry to do a concert in your church, you have not done that, and you come out, you are comparing yourself to Pastor Chris. Pastor Chris have every right. He's a father and he's an old man. If you know something about old men, when they are angry, just leave it for him. I don't have anything. He has every right to complain and let his children go and know how to pacify him. But how dare you? How dare you? You want to destroy a ministry. You want to destroy a ministry that God has established just because you're looking for members. Leave them. You have your minstrels. Use your minstrels in your church. Leave the people that has been groomed by other ministry. Leave them alone. Don't try to blackmail them. If you don't have reward in your hand, then go away with your blackmail. This is a ministry that God has established, and some people are trying to bring it down. It's not possible, but it's still in order that we have this conversation so that people are not misled. In my next video, I'm going to show some receipt. I'm going to tell you some music school. I'm going to give you their names. I'll give you their school fees. You know, I'll give you the names of these schools. I'll give you their school fees. You see how much people pay. You see how much people pay to become what you what you love. How much they pay to become what you want to invite. And then you think instead of rewarding them, it is blackmail that is best for them. It's because you don't know what has gone down. Do you know how much rehearsals cost? And also, in my next video, maybe on my third video or fourth video, I'm going to give you the prices of this equipment. The prices of this equipment that these minstrels buy. Just a montage keyboard, for example, is 8 million naira. And that is just one out of 20 something things that will be in the studio. And every year, most of these ministers, they do musical concerts. You understand? To evangelize and to show their, ministerial prowess and all that. Every year, I have so many of them. One of them on my list is Akpororo. Spends millions and millions and millions, except he's hiding it for me, for example, but he has never mentioned that a man of God, that any pastor anywhere donated 500,000. And this man will spend millions, sometimes 20 million. Just a minstrel. It was on the last one that I heard for the first time. Ebuka songs. Somebody I heard for the first time. That is why most of the times I don't even disturb some of them for money, even if I know that some of them don't understand, but they don't know why. Because this is ministry. This is ministry to me. It is not, it is not money. The money will come. The money will come. Do you understand? So please, if you don't have anything to offer, if you don't have any encouragement, please just let the ministers be. It is well. It is well.